It's loud noises, isn't it? Loud noises!
What's that from?
I think it's the American Office.
That was it. Oh, that's fucking amazing. I like that big bald fella that goes to the vending machine.
I'll be honest, I only really know the memes.
Oh, and he reminds me of Ian. I'm not sure what to have. And
I just get everything. One of each.
And this bird goes, well, I think you should get this. And the next thing he looks at, and then looks at the camera, and the next thing goes, she totally wants my dick. He's like, you know what? Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay.
it's Ian over. 7%.
2.
8%.
1. Welcome back. Episode 35.
I fell in my deck chair and you said, fucking closed in on me.
Episode 35. Welcome back.
35? 34?
No, 35.
34.
35.
35.
35? 34. Oh my God. Welcome back. Hello, everybody.
To an episode.
To an episode, a nondescript episode of your pleasure. What it may be, you can name it. In fact, you can name it whatever you fancy. Welcome back. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Do it.
Do it now. We're watching you. So, how has everyone been? How have you been?
I've been alright.
Yes.
You been alright?
I've been alright. Yeah, I've been alright. It feels weird getting closer to Christmas. It's not really set in. What's your opinion on people putting Christmas decorations up now?
Hate it.
When should they go up?
1st December. At the earliest.
At the earliest. Yeah. So I'm always late to the party. I'll probably do it the night before.
That's fine. That'll be fine with me.
Think of it though, that's quite a festive thing. We'll put the Christmas tree up, we'll decorate it, and then the next day's Christmas. You've done the preparation the night before, everyone's excited.
And then, you haven't got those poxy elves on the shelf.
Elves on the shelf, yeah. I've got one of my little boys there, an elf on the shelf.
Bane of my life. Literally bane of my life.
Is he a little rascal?
Yeah. It's more like
Glad we cleared that up.
it's more like a chore than anything else.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's awful.
What's he been up to?
Oh, he's not been fucking out yet, is he?
Oh,
Was that 1st
how
December?
have you managed to control elf on the shelf? Thought he might have been out already.
No. He's locked away, strapped up in a fucking... straight
In a
jacket.
fucking fuck machine. It's getting fisted. Right, maybe he's not.
You've been looking at the wrong sorts of websites.
I thought he was a puppet. Sorry. That's what you do with puppets. Anyway, welcome back. So, a bit of news this week. All things been happening. So you can actually clear this up for me because Zlaner, big streamer, Warzone streamer predominantly, used to stream Fortnite. But I
streamed a lot with the Doc, who we've spoken about a few times.
he's no pun intended, but he's sort of phased back out of playing with Doc as much. He does play with Doc a bit, but now Doc, because Tim the Tatman, right, let's bring up to speed. I'm just saying names now. I'm just going, Jeff. Basically,
You know Greg down the road?
yeah, Joe Greg. Tim the
He sells sausage rolls.
Tim the Tatman's a big streamer, left Twitch, now on YouTube, and because of that, YouTube streamers tend to stream together on YouTube because of Twitch just banning people.
They gravitate to whoever's got the most, or whoever's doing the best at that period of time.
Yeah,
so
I suppose
streamers
so.
sort of like, they leech on to each other.
Gravitas.
And that's kind of why Doc and zlaner worked, because zlaner used to stream on Facebook before he streamed on YouTube, and obviously Doc was banned from Twitch.
Yes, and well now Zlaner streams his greedy side. He streams on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So fair play, Godspeed.
If you can do it, why not?
If you can do it, Godspeed. Anyway, so Zlaner really good. He's entertaining to watch, not for his character as such, because he's quite funny.
We have
but
spoken about him before, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because he's actually, before this, he was a singer.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's a man of many talents, but he's very, very good. Very good at Warzone. Very good at Call of Duty. Entertaining to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Always gets slammed. People accuse him of hacking, but he is just a very, very, very good player. Well, he signed up with a new esports team called Optic.
Not new. Not new.
New to him.
New to him, and new to you, apparently.
Yeah, new to me. But I mean, saying that, and apparently, I'm really surprised it's not been on my radar. But obviously, I'm not sure if you're aware, you have a lot of esports teams that play competitively. FaZe is obviously, I think FaZe is really the biggest household name.
Well, FaZe is like 10 years newer than Optic.
Yeah, I know, but they have got more market presence and they're an actual household name.
It depends on who you follow, in all honesty, because Optic has been around since esports kind of began, really.
Put it this way, if you were to join a Call of Duty lobby, you'll see more people with FaZe in front of the name, little kids, than Optic.
Yeah, that's because of their YouTube presence, though, and obviously their streamers. So all of their streamers have FaZe in their name, so
Yeah.
you kind of you run with it. But yeah, I mean, he's not the only person that's joined Team Optic recently. Because Optic they've taken on this role of deciding to have like Warzone streamers. Because Warzone has sort of taken a path of it on its own, and they obviously have their own competitive space and whatnot.
Yeah.
They've picked up a load of new people to help, and obviously help the brand forward in Warzone as such. So one of the other guys that I follow, TP, he's also signed for them as well, but he used to play for their competitive COD team, and he won a world championship with them back like a few years ago. So they've picked up some of their old players, some new players, and they're just pushing forward, and hopefully it means more competitive games.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realise, so I'm just looking it up and getting more familiar with it. I didn't realise Scump played for him, because I like Scump.
Mm-hmm.
I like his name more than anything else. But anyway, yeah, so that's just quite cool. And so he signed up. I always find it surprising when very, very big streamers join esports companies or clans, because zlaner himself has got a 15,000 viewer draw every time you watch him. It's 15 to 20,000 people, which is really strong. Mm-hmm. Bear in mind, Doc disrespects at 30,000 streamers, concurrent streamers every time he plays. But always
talk about Nick Merckx.
Sorry,
should we talk about Nick Merckx?
Yeah, I know, but what does me is why did it? Because Nick Merckx was big before he joined FaZe, and so it always,
Nick Merckx doesn't he have some sort of ownership?
Yeah, basically. But before all that, the point I'm making is these guys were good by themselves. I always wonder why they join. Either they win tournaments without a clan, they get picked for tournaments without a clan.
I think it's
they have a presence without a clan.
I think it's security, because I think they can then run stuff through the company, and they earn some sort of money from it. I don't know the full ins and outs.
I think it's just sponsorship deals might help out, and obviously it must be a lot of money. But I found it quite interesting. A bit old news now, because we planned to talk about this last week, but one of us sort of fell off a cliff or something and got rescued by Aborigines.
No, that's Chris. He's been gone for ages.
Oh, right, no, we're all right now. But anyway, in other news, I came across, what I love about YouTube's algorithm is that now and then it will just present something to you, a little bit of gold, and it'll present this gold to you in the form of a thumbnail that makes you very inquisitive and you want to click it.
I love the way your brain works.
So, a man that resembled a wizard popped up on my screen.
You showed me this just before we started recording, and now I can see it.
Yeah, and he had grey, fuzzy hair. He looked like a sort of a character from Harry Potter, relevant to that we'll bear to later.
And a shirt that was quite wavy in its design and kind of matched his hair, so it kind of looked like he had his hair all over him.
By now you'd be watching this somewhere around the screen. I'll put a snippet up, but a really fascinating video, and it was about interviewing AI. Now, artificial intelligence has always been something that I've found...
basketball fans out there, that's not Allen Iverson.
No, absolutely not.
It's artificial intelligence.
Although they could probably make him talk like that if they wanted to. However, what done me...
puppets again.
Yeah, but well, it basically is. This guy is a YouTuber, this wizard man, which I should really say his name. Wizard man. His name's Eric Elliott. The link down below. But Eric basically interviews a university in America's AI project. And he's asking questions like, are you sentient? You know, have you got feelings? And some of the questions, it's represented by an avatar, which you probably gathered by the screen around here somewhere. The interview is absolutely fascinating. It's 1,000,000% worth a watch, even if you're not really into tech, just to see potentially what we're going to be open to. Because can you think of a day that we have a smartphone that has better than what we've got in terms of AI?
We're getting there.
We are getting there.
We are slowly, and we're soon we're going to be like a living, breathable version of Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Because we've got the Facebook metaverse.
That's scary. They're scary.
Scary. And if they can link that up with the same sort of AI technology, we're not going to need to live in the real world. No,
you're really right. And it's scary how it's going, because it's really, really bizarre. Because of how creepy, eerie they can be.
Rather than being a car salesman,
yeah,
I can venture off and be a virtual car salesman.
Oh, now we're talking. We haven't got to go in the office. That'd be amazing. That would.
But sit home in your pants.
But yeah, can you imagine?
Headset
on. But it is really, really bizarre, and how quickly and far it's come. I'm really glad you mentioned the metaverse, because I find that scary. Because anything to do with
it's pretty amazing.
Oof.
If It wasn't Mark Zuckerberg that was doing it.
That's the scary part. The king of all androids, the human AI. He's not a
We're
real
going to
person.
steal all of your data.
Yeah.
And sell it on. But enjoy.
Enjoy Second Life. Walking around a town somewhere, talking to other people. It's going to be like a real world GTA. Can you just go and start robbing people?
Shanking.
Yeah, shanking people. I should probably promote violence. But what? No. But what is the idea of it? Is it like a real life GTA? You just walk around, talk to people, and go to coffee bars. I don't do that in real life. Why not do it in VR?
Might be more fun in VR. But they're saying that you can do stuff like work out and stuff together. So like you can.
We could do it in real life together, Rick. We don't do that.
I know, but they showed a video of like two people playing basketball together, and they're in different rooms, like different houses, probably different states, wherever they were.
Really?
But yeah, they were playing basketball together in this metaverse. Pretty cool. I like the idea of it.
What Mark?
I like the idea of it. I don't like the idea of my identity being stolen and sold onto some sort of black market, but I like the idea of the actual.
What would you do if one day you found that you, for instance, just weirdly, that you were scrolling through the internet and you found that a virtual version of you had been ripped off from Metaverse and used in an advert, and you're like, oh my god, and it's an advert for herpes cream.
Claiming fame, isn't it?
Oh, you wouldn't be mad. You'd be like, oh, I don't remember signing up for that.
It's like you could use it as like some sort of way to, I don't know, advertise yourself or get some sponsorship.
Oh, here's Captain Herpes.
Segueing from that.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Insulate Britain protest?
Yes. So, do you want to explain to our
For
viewers?
those that are not from the UK, there's been a group of people that have been super gluing themselves to the motorway in order to stop people from driving their cars and getting to work because they want the government to insulate their homes.
Yes.
Work that out. But one of the things that came from it was a woman that nudged some protesters with her car, with a Range
Rover.
The Range Rover. So she's now known as the Range Rover Mum. I don't know how she stole that title from Katie Price, but she has. And she's now doing tours for meet and greets, and she's selling merchandise.
That's mental.
Crazy. So if I'm the face of herpes cream, and I've not actually had to do the actual photo shoot or anything...
You rescue that quickly.
Fuck me, yeah.
I'm the face of herpes cream.
By all means. If I can make some money out of it, I can make some money out of it.
When you think of herpes, you think of Ricky. The king of herpes. But no, it's weird how people can blow up like that, but then it's like the £1 fish man.
Yeah. Again, if you don't know who that is, YouTube £1 fish, you'll find it.
And he got deported.
Did he?
Yeah, he got deported back to Pakistan and he wasn't there back. I'm not even kidding. There's an article somewhere. I'll prove it.
National treasure.
Yeah, but he got shot.
He even went on to
X
Britain's
Factor.
Got Talent.
Britain's Got Talent. Yeah, is it? It's one of them trash programs. But yeah, so absolutely barmy army. In other news, something that actually crept under the radar that came out that I was really interested in. I love GTA. Everyone loves GTA. I think there's not many people out there that don't like GTA.
Real or virtual?
Virtual.
Virtual, good.
Yeah. So yeah, don't do it for real.
That's hard with keys.
Yeah, for real these. Yeah, but hide your keys, love. But they're basically Rockstar remastered a trilogy of games, which is GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. All games that are very close to my heart.
Yeah, I think they are for most people. 3, not so much for me because I was a bit young when it came out, so I only played a little bit of it.
Forget you're only baby.
I'm a baby. But Vice City and San Andreas, love it.
What's your fave? Think
out of the two of them.
Now think very carefully before you open your dirty little mouth.
Out of the two of them.
Yes.
Vice City.
Good boy. So,
do you know why?
Go on.
Soundtrack.
Yes.
Amazing.
Absolutely. So please comment your favourite down below. But for me, GTA 3 was a very good game. I loved it. I loved the Mafia theme. I think it's really, really cool. Blowing up bistros, and it was just madness. And it was cool. It's ahead of the curve, ahead of the time.
Apart from the Poxy drone mission.
Didn't mind that. That was a foray into what came next. Vice City was really good fun. I used to love Scarface. I love Carlito's Way. There's a lot of plot points taken from those films and put into that game, and I loved it. You lived it. You know, I absolutely found it fascinating. So I really, really love Vice City. San Andreas was good. I I didn't put. I played it, completed it probably a couple of times, but for me, Vice City was the one that I really put hours in, and I just loved it.
I played both of them quite a lot, to be fair, so I can't really say anything about it. But the games that came after that, 4 and 5.
4 was okay. Niko Bellic.
Everyone remembers the characters from 4, but you don't really remember the game as much. It was okay, but it was more the characters.
Do you know what? I'll
themselves.
throw it out there. I think you're right. The plot line is for 4. Nico arrives. Yeah, it was 4. Nico arrives on a boat. That's the start of it, wasn't it? He arrives in the boat. His fat cousin, starts showing him around the city.
I will tell you one thing. I still don't want to go bowling.
Bowling? What was that about?
His cousin would always phone you
Oh,
up after the
bowling.
game.
Yeah, go bowling. Yeah. Oh my
No,
god.
fuck off.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure leave me alone. That's the one thing I don't like about open world games is they always seem to try and pull you off, and pull you off down a path. But no, they do.
What?
Yeah. Pull me my dick. But basically, that is it. But anyway, where I was going with this, the trilogy games have been panned. Literally, they got released. They've now been taken down by the Rockstar store. I think they've come off the PSN network. I think Xbox, I'm not sure even reached the Xbox store. Nintendo store have taken it down because basically the game is so glitchy. It's not been coded well. The company that have actually, it's not Rockstar that have done the remaster. It's actually a games company that make games for mobile phones that have actually done the remake of the game. And everyone's gone on about the graphics, how the characters' eyes are too close together, little aliens. And the rendering of bridges don't come in properly, and it's just a lot of teething problems with it. So I've taken it off the store. I'll look forward to seeing what it's going to look like when it comes back to the store. However, while Rockstar wouldn't concentrate on doing it, it's a bit of a shame, but you know, it is what it is.
I need to look into it because I think obviously I played mainly on Xbox, so I think the San Andreas version of it's gone onto Game Pass.
But I think that already was. But the trilogy, to get all 3 games in that pack, that remaster kit, is you have to get all 3. So I think San Andreas has always been on the Xbox Game Store because it was on PSN Network.
Well, the remaster they've put straight on.
Oh,
Day
really?
one went straight onto Game Pass.
Okay, so I'll chat shit, get banged. But basically, that so the trilogy's come down for now. But but honestly, going back to it, some fond GTA memories. And do you know what? My fondest memories of GTA, bar playing the very first GTA on PS1 on a demo disc. Hey yo, the GTA theme song was amazing. I literally would sit there on Saturday night before takeaway, just playing. You don't remember this, but on old PlayStation demos, you used to buy the PlayStation magazine. And on the front of it would be a little demo disc.
I do remember this.
Okay,
Yep,
but on there you had, I think it was a 5-minute or 10-minute trial of GTA, and you'd always have to start from the same point, and you could do whatever you want, but you only had 10-minute game time. And I would rack up hours and hours of those 10 minutes, just keep restarting and playing and restarting and playing and restarting. I loved it. Along that with Earthworm Jim, but keeping with GTA, I loved it. So that was one of my fondest memories. But more recently than that, when we had that lockdown, I had an initial 3 weeks of loneliness at the start of it, and I found myself, because Epic put GTA, look at his track now, GTA 5 on as a free release, the Ultimate Edition. I downloaded it and very quickly got involved with some Russians, and we had a blast. From morning to evening, we would just play GTA together and do heists, and had such a laugh. And it's nice to do, and when you have a community like that, it makes the game much more special. And we would run around, tear up the town. We don't talk as much anymore, but they taught me some Russian. I taught them some English.
I remember you saying some stuff.
And I had a little phrase book, and they would teach me. And as I was playing, I'd write down phrases, and then I'd listen to it, and I learned a lot of phrases from them playing, and then I'd join in with them, and then they'd go quiet, and then they'd laugh, and they'd be like, "Oh my god, they're talking Russian," and then they'd have a laugh about it. It's really good. So, Alexei, thank you very much. But we used to have a really good time with it. Bolshoi Marasaksuka. So, but we had really good time. Really good time. So, what about you? GTA fond memories?
Played a lot, as I said, of Vice City and San Andreas. And then I played quite a lot of GTA 5. For a while, I had GTA 5 installed onto my console, and I'd only play it Christmas Day.
Really?
Yeah, don't know what it was. It was just like, for a couple of years, tradition, just to jump on with some friends Christmas Day and play GTA 5. Throw snowballs at each other.
Yeah.
That was it. But yeah, it was fun.
How do you feel about GTA 5 now?
I'd go back to it and play it.
Under what conditions?
As long as it was next gen.
Do you know what now? So I paused to reflect there. I've got GTA 5 still installed. Can't tell you the last time it's powered on. And now and then I open the Epic Games launcher and I see it there. And it shows me all my icons.
And you hover and you go, nah.
I hover all my icons of all my games I have, and it shows me probably 5 games that were installed. Fortnite, Cyberpunk, and then you got GTA, and there's not even Tony, it might be Tony Hawk. But anyway, I look at them all and I hover over them, and I always go back to Fortnite because I don't know why. But GTA, I want to play it, but I can't commit to playing it. Now, is it because I had such fond memories of playing with my Russian friends?
Probably.
That I know that I'm not going to play with them now. Because I could. We're on Discord, we talk now and then. But I'm like... And also I find that with GTA games, especially when you play online, you get to a certain point, you come off it for like a year or so. You don't know where you're at with it, and you want to go back to it, and you're just a bit like...
That's the thing, so much has now happened since I last played it. I don't want to jump in and be like, I don't know what to do now. Because
it pretty much is just maniacs running around shooting each other. And if you're not part of a group, you're in trouble. You just get...
You get decimated.
Yeah, bukkake down an alley.
Pretty much.
Anyways, that draws the line on GTA, doesn't it? That's the end of that. That's the end of that. Moving on nicely. So, Warzone, a couple of things happening in Warzone. I've not turned Warzone on for a long, long time.
Neither have I.
Played Vanguard a lot, enjoyed it. I'm going to say, though, very quickly with Vanguard, I feel like I've lost my way. They did a free weekend, a lot of fresh players, more meat, should we say, which is lovely. And they did 24/7 Shipment, which is a legendary map, and Das House, which is, again, a legendary map. And they did Ship House 24/7, just all the grinding, double XP for operators, guns, and XP in general.
Yep.
I went on there. Ian Cowhead, previous videos, is now 3rd prestige in the pre-battle pass. I'm 2nd prestige somewhere. But it was great grinding up and ranking up the guns. Now they've nerfed the shotguns. Shotguns don't care though. They don't care. Shotguns have been told, no! no, not so fast. We can still kill people one shot across a map. So that's basically, they've refused the nerf. But it's been nerfed. They've turned double XP off. Got rid of Shipment 24/7. However...
They do it all the time, though. They rotate, don't they?
However, I believe it's coming back on. It came back on last night because Ian told me. But the short and long of it, I went on there and I went to just do a normal map. And where I've been playing Shipment 24/7 for like a week, on and off, I've now gone to do a normal game. And it's like, oh my God, the pacing's horrendous. Oh, F4. Oh, F4.
I've been doing the opposite, so I've been playing Battlefield. So I've been playing 2042.
Hey, fun, enjoying the glitches? Or?
Do you know what? No. The game itself is actually really good, and the carnage that can ensue on a game. You play a game of Breakthrough, and you've got 128 players on a map, 64 people aside, and you're all trying to push for the same point. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
That does cause issues. You do have rubber banding. They are aware of it. They're trying to fix it. There's a big patch launching today of recording, where they're trying to fix a load of stuff and get a load of stuff sorted. But really enjoying it because it's such a different change of pace. It doesn't feel as good as Call of Duty. The player movement is boxy. It's a bit different. You have to get used to it. But really, really enjoying it.
I've been watching videos of Jack Frags drive a hover car up buildings.
They're changing that.
Is that stopping?
They're nerfing the hovercross.
Oh, okay. Can you remind me, before I leave today, I've got to show you the video game Donkey's review of Battlefield. It's a 5-minute video. You will wet your pants. It's funny. It's the funniest video I've seen in a long time.
I can probably tell you what it says without even watching it. It's pretty good. The gameplay is a bit meh, but the actual bugs are...
He doesn't even speak. You just got to watch. I'll play it. Make sure you make me I'll put it on before we go. Anyway, so I've been looking forward. The main reason for Vanguard, like all Call of Duty players, is to rank up my guns ahead of the new Warzone map. I wanted to get in because I never did that with Modern Warfare, and I really struggled with Warzone because everyone had class loadouts, and I'm like a chimp, just going around with like out of meta guns. I'm now ready. I'm battle ready.
I will jump on when the new map launches, which is been delayed. We'll go into that in a minute.
Yep.
And I will play with you. And I will still out.
And we'll have a game as well. And we'll have a game as well. But anyway, talking about Warzone, this made me laugh. So there was a pro tournament, a lot of tournaments for Warzone, obviously. It always happens all the time. But there was a particular tournament on the go, and a famous streamer, I say famous, not really famous to me, but you know him, don't you, Rick?
Mm-hmm.
What was his name? Zerto? Let's have a look. Let's get it up here. Let's have a little look. His name is Mutex and Blazat. I don't know. I'll put it around here somewhere. So basically, all you need to know is 2 young boys effectively entered into a 400k tournament, but one of them decided to oversleep.
Yes.
And let his teammate enter the tournament by himself and fell miserably.
Yes.
Because it's an all-pro tournament.
Yes.
And he's by himself and everyone else had a partner.
Yeah.
So basically, he's now split up with his teammate who played...
Blast, whatever you want to pronounce it, it's spelt with a Z. Is a good player in his own right. Mutex, if you ever get a chance to watch it, he's got a massive community. He's actually quite a good player. Very good, very movement-based, very good person to watch. But could you imagine being that person that let someone else down because you overslept?
Well, yeah, he was not...
$400,000 tournament.
He was not a happy bean. But going back to the Pacific map, obviously I'm really looking forward to seeing it. But did you see J God, another good, big, more of an informative creator that talks about Call of Duty? He's a good player, but he mainly dedicates his time to discussing upgrades, weapons patches, buffs, nerfs.
He is like there's always, when there's a community, there's a game community, like an overall community, there's always 1 or 2 people that are set to a side that, I won't say can't do anything wrong, but everyone just adores them.
Yeah.
They're just... The
darlings of the sport.
Yeah. And that is people like J God. He gives everyone all the information they ever need and doesn't take anything back in return.
No.
He's not out there to try and get loads of viewers or stream
He
loads.
genuinely loves the game.
Genuinely loves the game. Loves what he does. And have you ever watched his backstory?
No.
Fascinating. He doesn't need to do what he does, essentially. I'll show you the video one day.
Right, okay.
And we'll watch it. And yeah, it's amazing.
So basically, he put on Twitter, and I will get this video and I'll put it somewhere on the screen at the moment, that obviously you've got a kill cam in Warzone, and the new version of Shipment is like a desert shipment. Well, what happened was he died, and then he had free control of his death cam. Well,
and he went over the map.
He went
I've
over,
seen, yeah,
and he went over the map, which is apparently the new Pacific map. It wasn't just like a bit of scenery. It kept going on and on and on, and he goes over the buildings. You can see everything. So he's saying that is basically part of the new map, and that this is all showing us all the sights to see, everything else. It's going to be boats. That'd be quite cool. Imagine if there's boats.
Yeah, so there's going to be new. I think there might even be planes.
Oh, it's going to be epic. So anyway, he gives a little slingshot overview over the top of it. Looks really good. However, the new map is delayed, and I don't think it's for fear that the map's not ready. I think it probably is. However,
I think we know that the map is because it involves most of the maps that are currently in the new game, but this is down to something completely different.
Yeah, so unfortunately at Sledgehammer Games, there is, from reading this and going through it, they're having a few problems. Apparently harassment from director level down to members of staff. So unfortunately, it looks like there's a naughty executive that's doing naughty things in the studio, and all the staff are up in arms about it.
I did see the tweets yesterday from Sledgehammer themselves.
And they're saying that they're basically, the staff are having a strike until something's done about this member of staff. So the game is ready. Naughty members of staff.
So does it move from December the 2nd to December the 8th?
Yeah, that's right. So there we go. So that's a bit of a shame. And unfortunately, it's a shame when people feel they need to be like that, you know, and get a bit handsy.
I know a few of those.
That's right, Rick. Anyway, but talking to other news, I know someone, or we do both know someone that plays a lot of FIFA, but I know someone else that plays even more FIFA than little Chris. And he was telling me that...
You know my brother as well?
Yeah, I think he could potentially play more than your brother. He literally lives on FIFA, and he was telling me that he came back to find that all his... basically in FIFA you have Ultimate Team, which is basically a card game at its bottom line, and you collect the the higher ranking players, and then you can use them to actually play games.
It's been under scrutiny for years because of the gambling aspect of packs.
Yeah. So
it's always been in the news.
Yeah. And it's a bit of an issue because he came home from work one day to fire up his PS5 to jump on for a game to find that his account had been hacked. All of his 2 million coins, which is equivalent of a couple £100, which he earned in the game, not using his own money, had been taken and gone. All of his team had been quick sold. And lucky enough, there is a bit of a catch net, a safety net, if you like, that he could basically, with a certain window, get most of his players back from the store as a sort of an undo. So he managed to get them back, but he lost his coins. And like I said, that's equivalent of a couple £100 worth that he genuinely earned in game that didn't actually put his own money in. Gone. And now, effectively, EA customer services have to look into, which could take up to 6 months. And now
it's been an ongoing issue for years, like years and years. People finding a way to get into people's accounts and get rid of all of the players. Normally, they'd sell them on the market so that they'd go quickly rather than quick selling them. And then they'd transfer all the coins to another account by buying up players that they listed.
Yeah.
So it's basically like hoarding coins. But yeah, it's been going on since Ultimate Team started.
Well, it's got even worse because said friends have looked onto it and he's found a website where effectively you can buy cards for actual money for low in-game currency, which are all stolen cards. So this is incredible stuff. I mean, I know it's pretty people really get into games, but I think that's absolutely crazy lala, and it's absolutely done me. And I've got to be honest with you, once something like that happens where you get hacked, I find it hard to go back to something. I'll give you a prime example, and he's saying this himself. He plays probably 6 hours of the evening. He's lucky. He went on to play it after this event, and he played 2 games. He's like, what's the point? I can't. There's just no point. I've lost all that money. I'm absolutely gutted, and came back off it. And hasn't gone back on it, which is big, you know. So, and I can compare it. Cause I'm sort of anti-Sony. I mean, I had my PS4 before the PS4 Pro that obviously my son's got, but my PlayStation account got hacked, and they married on PlayStation. You can nominate a sub account. They nominated their own account to be the main account, knocking mine down, locked me out. So I changed my password. So I was watching it all happen. Then they're using my PayPal, which I couldn't get in quick enough to buy games for their account. Then they deactivated their pair strips. They separate themselves from me, and they've just bought loads of games. And it was clear as day. And Sony handled it miserably. And this is where I commend Microsoft's customer service, because Sony went, yeah, we could see that suspicious activity, but we still have to prove it wasn't you. So give us a couple of weeks, and we'll try and get you back your few £100. I was like, okay, that's not acceptable. So, and unfortunately, I think we've got to get smart in a day and age.
I've very, very rarely ever had to use Microsoft customer services, but every time I have, it's been like
instant. I remember I bought Advanced Warfare, talking about Call of Duty again, and I bought it on the Microsoft store, which I didn't realise was a no-no, because if you did that, you couldn't play with the Steam players. You had separate servers for that game on PC. So I bought a Microsoft store, like, oh, lovely. Half an hour waiting for one game. I was like, I didn't get a game. There's no players on there. And I was like, this is really peculiar. Went onto the Microsoft store at 1 o'clock in the morning, after a few bevies. Hello, bought this game. Turns out after research, I can't play with the actual real community because I didn't buy it on Steam. I need a refund so I can buy it on Steam. Yeah, sure, processing now. You have the money within 12 hours. It was instant, it was there. And I had to uninstall the game. That's it, done, job's done. And Steam are very good at this, although Steam have gone too far with it, that you can refund the game instantly, or you can up to 14 hours you can refund the game. And there's small game studios that are saying, well, our game only takes 14 hours to complete, and they
can complete it and then
refund it. And it's actually put a game studio out of business doing so. And this ain't that long ago. This is a couple of months. Old Rich Review Tech was talking about it. So it's bad news. That's making me feel old. Did you know last year, the year before, the Sega Dreamcast turned 25 years old?
Never had the Dreamcast.
Missed out. VMU is all the rage, mate. That we'll talk about the next week. Retro Tech. But Harry Potter, as it's been brought to my attention,
I did bring it to your attention. You're right.
It's turned 20. I'm not surprised.
The films have turned 20.
Not surprised because Daniel Radcliffe looks about 50.
He looks older. I wouldn't say he looks about 50, but he does look older. He has put on a few years. You can tell.
Looks rough. He looks like he's had a few hard nights.
I think they're doing some sort of reunion. Don't know what they're going to do, but I think they're doing some sort of. We'll meet up and we'll do something.
They were going to gingerly touch tips with their wands.
Probably. Dock a couple.
If you had one spell, you could cast a spell, and you always had it from the age of like 10 up until you were on your deathbed. You know this one spell. You don't need a wand. You can just cast a spell. What would that spell be?
There was a spell to turn myself invisible.
Really?
Then that way I can get out of any awkward social situation.
Or if a customer approaches you. Hello there. After a mobility car.
What's that over there? Boom, gone.
I was just talking to this beardy fella. He's now disappeared. Ah.
Oh, he does that from time to time. He'll be back later. Don't worry.
Yeah. I did a similar thing. To this with the guys I work with, and I said to him, if you had a special talent, but the only way you could activate it is by putting your index finger up your bum. to deactivate and turn off your power.
You'd have a brown finger.
Well, that's it. Well, Richard said to me, what the guy I work with, he said, well, I'd like to turn invisible.
Call him by his proper name.
Doggy.
So
Doggy said, I'd like to turn invisible. I said, yeah, but you can only do it by putting your finger up your bum. And to deactivate, you have to put your finger up your bum. He said, yeah, that's fine. I said, so okay, so you want to... Because his thing was sort of go and rob shops and rob banks. I said, that's fine, but then you'd have to walk into the lobby, pull down your pants, put your finger up your bum, disappear, go around, handle all the stuff with a shitty finger, and then...
Could you imagine the security guard or the police officer's got to sit back and watch that tape? They watch a guy walk into a lobby, lean over, pulls his trousers down, sticks his finger up his ass and disappears.
Mental.
I think something's gone fucking massively wrong.
Mental, wouldn't it? That's actually crazy. That's the only way you can activate the power. I don't know what I'd have as a special
and
magic.
The thing is, you can imagine him walking in like this. Like...
Yeah. And then nervously go... He'd be the guy resting with his belt, and they're like, what is going on with him? Is he trying to flash us? Because he looks like a flasher, doesn't he?
Someone get him out.
Get him out.
Scary.
Get out. Get your finger at your arsehole. But yeah, my special power, what would it be? Invisibility, maybe. I've got to be honest. If I had the power, like a Darth Lord, that I could look at something, anything, any object,
like the Force.
and just grab it and pick it up and move it like Yoda with an X-wing.
So you want the Force or telekinesis?
Telekinesis, so I could move shit.
Be quite cool. I quite like super speed as well.
Hmm.
I'd like to be sitting here 1 minute on the speed of words. Boom, I'm there.
Yeah. Although I'm not that much of a rush to get there. More time at home's good though.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
But yeah. So talking about, I've actually, I should have brought that this week. I've very, very quick, not going to ruin it for next week. Must remind me for next week. We've got a little review to do. And I'm only going to talk about it very quickly because I don't want to ruin it for next week.
Of
The Boys.
The Boys?
The Boys for The Boys on Amazon.
The Amazon program.
Is absolutely chicken tikka. I love it.
As in, you've only just started watching it?
I'm on second series, near the end.
Oh, okay.
Near the end, not at the end. Don't ruin it.
It's good, isn't it?
Really good. I love the idea. I love the idea of just a psychopaths with superheroes that are in the public eye. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it a lot. I like it a lot. But yeah, with that next week, there's gonna be a review of The Boys.
I like the fact that the one of the main protagonists, bad guy / good guy / we don't really know because the story's a bit weird. But the Australian guy that constantly uses the C-bomb.
Yeah.
That's probably my favourite thing about the entire programme. Not him as an actor.
Nah.
Just the fact he used it.
He's good. He was good as Judge Dredd, but I'm going to throw it out there. I don't like, and my missus pointed this out, that I don't really like his Jack Sparrowness. Is that any way to... his mannerisms. The way he talks, he... you know, because all English people must talk like Jack Sparrow and their heads must, you know, well...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
All right, yeah.
And I don't get why he has to do that to make himself...
Yeah, no, you said it.
And it's just so annoying. And it does. Once you've heard that and his mannerisms, you're like, why are you trying to be Jack Sparrow in a completely different show? Oh, that was real, bro. But yeah, so I just... Anyway, the full review coming next week. I know I'm late to the table party, whatever you do, party on a table, apples and pears, stairs, there we go. We do this every week. I don't know if I should bring that up. But Ford have said, and this is a 2-second bore off, and I found it fascinating because they didn't actually say how they're going to do it, but Ford have said they're going to partner, Ford, the car manufacturer, not as in a water bridge.
Manufacturer.
On a partner with TSMC. TSMC, the silicon semiconductor manufacturer, to end the chip shortage. Together we will conquer the chips, and we shall make chips for everybody. They haven't said how they're going to do it.
It's not going to happen.
No.
It's not going to happen.
We're partners now. We make chips better and faster.
The companies have already come out and said like to actually get the infrastructure in place and actually to start building them quickly because it's not easy. It takes like 2 years.
Yeah. Silly boys. I know, but
there's companies out there that have already started building new factories and facilities and stuff to get it already. So they're a bit late.
American government invested $30 billion into it, and it's still up and coming. But anyway, let's talk about what we really want to talk about. More Squid Game. So just when you think the Squid Game bubble's done popped, Mr. Beast comes along.
Yeah. So he dropped the video yesterday, and you watched some of it this morning. I watched all of it this morning, and. Credit where credit is due.
Epic, actually.
It's pretty good.
So, Mr. Beast, at some point, he's now become a household name everywhere, I think. And if you don't know him, look him up. A lot of charitable interest, helps out people that are really struggling with money, giving away free cars, free money, reinvests all his money from literally all his ad revenue, he puts back into giving out to people. And he's a phenomenal fella. He done planting trees, save the sea. Everything.
That video of him where they picked up the trash off the beach.
Yeah.
Just insane.
Yeah,
the
crazy.
That he managed to get involved.
But he's a really cool. But he did his own Squid Games to get these contestants that entered into it basically win $450,000.
$456,000.
Yes. So I've got to the bit. I've watched the tug of war. I've watched basically he's done the red light, green light, the cookie challenge, honeycomb challenge, and the bridge challenge, tug of war. But can I just say, it's not even about the challenges. It's the set, the detail of the set he's gone to.
It's exact.
It's like he's actually gone to the set in Korea and borrowed it because it's amazing. It's like for like. It's apples.
It's very good.
Apples and apples. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and I really commend him. And I haven't finished it, so I'm looking forward to watching it. Definitely, by all means, go check it out. It's worthwhile for a little giggle for wiggle.
It's quite good how he's kept it to 25 minutes as well. He's like, I don't want to bore people with everything, so let's just do it quickly.
I mean, look at us. We can't even fucking stand a half hour.
Well, it can be quick ones today. We're now, 45 minutes in?
Oh, really? Oh, sugar. Anyway, so basically, on that bombshell, we're wrapping up. Anything else you'd like to add? No, honestly, but we really do appreciate you watching us. And we are trying our best to stay to a form. And we're pushing along. And we do... well, listen, it's going to happen. With 500 subs, we are going to have a giveaway. This is no mucking round.
I don't even know what it is.
This is happening. I'm teeing it up. It's going to be on Twitter and Discord. We're going to do it. And please, we are going to do it. I want to see your comments down below. Give me ideas what you think you're going to see in the giveaway. I know what I'm going to do as a giveaway. However...
I'll give you an idea. Involves Joe and OnlyFans.
For free. Free OnlyFans. Would you... Are you telling me you wouldn't? You telling me you wouldn't? You're telling me you wouldn't. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Look at me. I'm your captain now.
I am the captain now.
I'm the captain now. But please, there is going to be a subscriber giveaway. It's going to be epic. There is going to be a surprise. Do you know, teeing up to it, there's going to be a surprise giveaway, and I'm going to put it down to a poll. But we've got the like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you want to see. I'll tell you what you're going to get.
There's something wrong with you. I've given you too much coffee.
Oh, what a day.
What a day.
Anyway, right, on that bombshell.
Fuck off, Carl.
No, thank you very much for coming back, and we'll see you next week.
Yes.
See you next Tuesday.
Oh. Thanks, bus drivers.
Bye, bus driver.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.